Hi everyone, it's Jeff here from Avada. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at how to use the Avada categories element. By the end of this video, you'll understand how you can use the categories element anywhere on your site to display not just post categories, but any arbitrary taxonomy in exactly the way you want. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay up to date with all new Avada videos. Alright, let's jump in. The categories element was introduced in Avada 7.16. You can use it anywhere on your site, directly on a page or in a layout section such as an archive layout, to display any arbitrary taxonomy. I've imported the online school Prebuilt here, and I want to show you a few different examples of usage of the categories element. Let's start with the single blog posts. There is a content layout section for single blog posts here in Avada Layouts, so let's edit that. I have revamped that layout section a bit and added a sticky column on the right hand side with two titles and instances of the categories element added to that. I'll just edit the first one. Here we can see I'm using the taxonomy of categories at the top. I'm displaying all terms and I have excluded the uncategorized category. The categories are ordered by name in ascending order. The number of terms is set to 0, which displays all terms, but you can limit the number of categories displayed here up to 100. After this is a hide empty terms option, so terms with no posts will not display. Then there is display type. This is a list, but for long category lists you might instead choose select to display them in a drop-down list. There's also a select label option if you want to set the text of the first empty select option. You might add choose a category, for example. If we go back to list, there is also a collapse to select option for smaller screens if you just want select on certain views. After this comes layout. Stacked is going to make the most sense here with a small column, but you can also set the layout to inline if that suits your design. After this are a few options around child terms. There is an option called nest child terms, which you can set to yes or no, and one called child terms display, and here they can be always expanded, current branch only, or accordion. I don't have any child terms on this site, but as the description notes, current branch only shows the children of the active term, while accordion adds a toggle to each parent. Finally, there is a maximum depth option where you can set the maximum number of levels to display. 0 is unlimited. Okay, after this there is a very useful icon option for adding an icon next to each term, or alternatively there is an option to display the term image, which is set in the Avada term options. Also, as the description for this option notes, WooCommerce product categories use the category image, and the image is displayed after the icon, so if desired, both can be used together. Under this is a show post count option, and if that is set to yes, you also get a post count format option. Here I think I will leave them off. Then comes a show all item option. This adds an item that links to the archive of the taxonomy post type. If that is set to yes, there's also an option to change the default text. I don't think I need that in this example. There's also an option to highlight the current term, and under that the usual element visibility option and the CSS class and CSS ID options. Okay, if we take a quick look at the design tab, you can see there are many options to control the look and feel of the element, with margins, alignment, padding and spacing, as well as indent and separator styles, and color and typography options. You can have borders or separators, and here you basically have control to style this as you want. I've made a couple of adjustments here, but the default choices were pretty good for me. And of course there's an extras tab for conditional rendering and animation. Now under this is another instance of the categories element, only this time the taxonomy has been set to tags. So now if we look at a single post here, we can see our categories and tags listed in the right hand column, and how the current terms are highlighted. Let's click on a category or tag. That's going to take me to that specific archive. And here we can see a different example of the categories element, this time added to the archive layout on this site. So if we come back to Avada Layouts, we can see there is an archives layout which is set to all archive pages, as well as search results, but excluding courses. And if I edit the content layout section here, we can see my third example of the categories element. Before I edit the categories element here though, let's just take a quick look at the title element here. It has dynamic data of taxonomy and is set to plural, so this will pull the actual taxonomy of the specific archive and show it as plural. That's cool. So now if we edit the categories element, this time there's only one main difference. Here in the taxonomy option, I've used the From Current Archive selection. As the description here explains, From Current Archive takes the taxonomy from the archive the element is rendered on. So one layout section can serve every taxonomy. It uses the categories of the post type on a post type archive or a single post, and it falls back to the blog categories when there is nothing to go by, which includes the preview and the builder. The term fields below are not available with it because the taxonomy is only known while rendering. That's how this layout can be used on all taxonomy archives on the site. So for example, here's a category archive, here's a post tag archive, here's a product tag archive, and here's an event category archive. And note how the title is picking up the taxonomy name from the taxonomy dynamic data. You could of course also use this element directly on a page, or perhaps in a mega menu in the header, or even in an off canvas or a footer. It's truly versatile. And that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Avada tutorials and deep dives. And if you have any questions or need help, feel free to create a support ticket. Our team is always ready to help. As always, thank you for choosing Avada.